is racism, racism, racism. You know, and it gets so played out and so diluted by throwing the race word out there that people just don't even. It's to a point now where whatever's going to happen between a black and a white person, and we're talking about the president now, it's automatically going to be assumed to be racist. You know, it just can't be open to, oh, well, that's his opinion. You know, and again, that's one of the things that really has to be lightened up on. You know, we talked about the N-word. Okay, certain people shouldn't use it. Got it, right? That makes sense. With race, throwing the race card out, no matter on just about every issue. I mean, when racism is an issue, when it's obvious and it's being implemented to hurt somebody, then go for it. I'm with you. But to just loosely throw it out there, and I hear...
And it's not so much loosely throwing out. One of the things that's out there, which is, I think you'd even find more prevalent in the North than even the South. The South tends to be, if you're race, if they don't like you, they just don't like you. It's in your face.
They put it out there, right?
In the North, there's something called institutional racism.
Oh, you mean
and it's
subtle racism.
It's subtle racism, and you don't realize, and but it's there, and you feel it. And and people don't have to say anything, but it's there.
Right.
So as we listen to like Fox News as an example, they have there's an overtone there, and they do little things that
But that's opposition to the president.
Here's the thing.
That's opposition.
Yeah, but you know what? But just like I talked about earlier in this, I mentioned earlier in this segment, Osama bin Laden gets caught,
right?
And they
don't want to credit him.
And one is they don't want to credit him, but the initial thing is, Obama bin Laden has been killed. And that is, they're professionals, but they did that. I don't care if they come back. They did that. That's an undercurrent, a little stab at Obama, because President Obama, because his name is close to Osama.
Right.
So they're taking a little shot, and then there's some people that say, go ahead, do your dirt, and then take your medicine later. And I think that's what they did on that. So they add to that. And yeah, of course, there are conservative groups, so they don't. And again, dealing with the policies, again, no issue with policies. Well, but it just it goes beyond.
Chris Matthews just recently, this past Sunday, said that Michelle Bachmann called her a flake, and she has the potential of being the first female president. And he called her a flake, and he ended up having to retract everything he said, because what he said was just not right to put out there.
So maybe Fox News is just the old boy network.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't like that. I mean, I was sitting there because you know me. I watched the Sunday shows. And I was sitting there, and he said, "Are you a flake?" And I was like, I was drawn back. I was like, really? You really gonna say that to? Look, you talk about racism. You talk about protecting certain groups. Where the hell are the women on this? Yeah. So I know I get what you're saying, but Fox just throws it out there. No matter who it is. Apparently, if you were a white male, you get the free card by Fox. but black, female, I guess Hispanic, you don't get it either. So no, that's
and then a big issue came up probably about a month and a half ago, I think, or 2 months. It was the rapper Common went to the White House, and there was a whole big thing about whether or not he should be there and all of that. And he's a U.S. citizen, born here, and yet he,
if he pays
because
his taxes,
he's a rapper, he shouldn't be here. And that's sort of, again, when you throw out the rapper thing, they talked about Michelle Obama with the food that she's doing, the program with food and watching your weight and children and eating properly. And they talked about her going to a school. They talked about her going to a school where the girls that were there did a little dance performance, and used Beyonce's song as a song, and how it was so, oh my God, they shouldn't have used that song, and how did they use, how is Beyonce a role model and all that. Beyonce has never been arrested or anything, and probably, you'd want your child your daughter to be somebody like that, who seems to be grounded. Gotcha. And so again, it's sending that race message, because you're talking about rap, and when you think rap, you think, black.
No, you go black.
And then and it's just all these little overtones. Even during the election, they're campaigning, And McCain is out there talking. A woman gets up and says, and everyone's seen this, gets up and says, "Oh, Obama, he's a Muslim."
Yeah.
You know, and that's like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, McCain corrected her. You know, gained a lot of respect from me that he, you know, that he corrected her. He said, no, he's not. You know.
And the thing with the First Lady, yeah, I really think that she is one huge target. I think that they want to slight her at every opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I know that she was about physical fitness. And then she went to Aspen and she was caught eating French fries, and they're like, oh my God, how could she do that? Seriously? You've never looked at a donut and said, I'm gonna have one more? You know, I mean, come on. And then now she's over in Africa, and oh my God, that's a bad thing. Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's a bad thing?
Yeah.
You know, come on.
Yeah, and you know,
I would go seriously. In a minute, I would go to Italy if I was the president, because I'm Italian descent.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to Italy. It's just that's simple.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
I mean,
and would they chew me up in the press? Go ahead.
So then what you're saying, to sort of wrap up the segment, is that really there really isn't a racial overtone toward Obama, or
no.
Okay.
No.
Right.
Okay. What I'm saying is that I believe that there is a certain group of people who do that. Is it the press going after him? Are blacks more sensitive and looking for this stuff? I mean, you know, I can't tell a black man what to think. From what I see, I see that everybody, or that racism or using the race card is applied a lot more than it needs to be. But yeah.
And from my point of view, you know, I I think from the black community, we do see, and we do look, and we see, we may be more sensitive to it, and a lot of times, I mean, we could probably prove it out. And people hide racism. I mean, you know, one of the things is that, you know, we perceive that everyone is not racist until they prove they are.
Right.
And you know, and then all the stuff that we've talked about in these segments is that, you know, when they come out and you put them all together, you go, you know, we knew it would happen. We knew it would be a tough go either way.
Right.
How we handle the next two, and we're sort of imploding ourselves as a country, I think, because that's an undertone to everything else that's going on between maybe Democrats, Republicans, and overall. And you made a comment earlier that blacks, that we're saying, hey, it's worse now than it's ever been.
Right.
And you know, part of that is because it's in our face all the time now. So with President Obama being there as a black man, all these little things come out. You know, people send me, you know, and here I am, a black man. People send me emails with different Obama in different kind of, you know, the monkey and this and that. It's like, wow. And I try to go, you know, I'm trying not to say that they're racist, but really?
One of the things I think needs to be brought up too is who said Obama's going to be a great president? I mean, we've had so many mediocre presidents. Just because he's the first black president doesn't make him some, I mean, other than I mean, look, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It's great that finally we voted in a black president, but don't blow him up to be something bigger than what he is. He might just be a mediocre president.
Yeah, but you see, you look at his background and you go, okay, Harvard grad and all this, and I know you brought up all that. I don't know what his grades are and that stuff, but you know, you say black coming from Harvard with his distinctions and all that. He has the potential to be a great president. Now, you know, he also got elected during a time. He also got elected during a time where whoever was going to be president
was going to feel the brunt of the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was just going to be.
Okay.
And you know, and where would we be to? And you know, most presidents would have bailed out the banks because it made it. There was the media, and who knows if this is true or not, because we don't know. They pushed that because they said, our whole economy will crash.
Right.
You
the
know,
car industry.
and, yeah.
You know what? You know what would have happened if the car industry had folded? Somebody else, one of the foreign companies, would have come in, bought the plant, and started generating their cars in our country.
Yeah, possibly
so,
that would have happened.
I mean, it's just so ridiculous.
It's just, but the fear factor and all of that they throw out there. Like now, we've got the issue with the debt, with the debt ceiling, and oh my God, thing, and so they, you put that out there, and so again, where will we end up? We'll see. We're not going to agree. Now, here's what makes this show great. Here's what makes our country great. We're not going to agree on President Obama in this. And, because I have my beliefs, you have your beliefs.
Right.
But that's okay.
Right.
Because, in the end of the day, we'll walk out of here and we'll go have a beer.
We're still friends.
We're still friends. And you can be friends, and and I want to send this out to the Democrats and Republicans. Okay? You don't have to like each other. And you can like each other. You can have different opinions, and it's fine. But at the end of the day, because you guys are our elected leaders, you need to come to a compromise that benefits the country. We will sit here, and we will go through all kinds of different segments and talk about all kinds of different controversies. And just like right now, we are not going to come to a definite agreement on this. But you know what? We're still friends. And we'll compromise and we'll move forward.
And you're right. As far as you're talking to the leaders, as far as I got to say to the leaders, they're a joke. Our leadership is a joke. The common person has better sense of the way the country should be run than these clowns that put themselves at a higher echelon, put themselves above us.
Well, we vote them in. So I guess we're all
we're guilty of it because they smile in our face, shake our hand, tell us what they're going to do, and then they got their personal agenda once they get in.
Yeah, it's not like it was even 20 years ago here. So, but that concludes our segment. Look, this is a really good segment. We'd like you to comment. Go to our Twitter page, our Facebook page. Call in.
240-415-0006.
Let us know what you think. Let us know, and we'll do a follow-up segment on what we're hearing. We'll play it.
We'll play whatever you have to say, and then we'll discuss it. I mean, as long as I don't hear that he's this or I'm that,
we're good.
Yeah, we'll play it.
So. All right. So see you at the next segment.